The time has come for me to show you how to set your document up in Microsoft Word in proper MLA format. First things first, we are going to find Microsoft Word 2013 and open it up. I'm going to make it big and open a blank document. Now, let me make this a little bit bigger for you. Okay, we have to set our paper up by MLA standards, and here is how you do that. First thing we're going to do is we are going to set our margins, and here is where you find them. In your tabs across the top, we have File, Home, Insert, Design, and Page Layout. I'm going to click on Page Layout. Now, over to the left, your very first button says Margins. That's what we're going to check first. Click Margins. Now, down through here are your different options for margins. For MLA format, as you saw in the example earlier, it requires a 1-inch margin all the way around your paper. So that is this first option labeled Normal. So click Normal. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our spacing is double spaced. So here is where you change that at. Do you see this word spacing? Great. Now down here in the corner is a little drop down arrow. If you will click that drop down arrow, it brings up this option. Now, right down here for spacing, we are going to click on multiple, and we are going to click double, because that is a requirement for MLA, is that everything is double spaced. And I say OK. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to add a header to our paper. A header, remember, as you saw in the example earlier, has your name and page number on it. So at the top of your document, if you will simply double click, it brings up your header. However, your cursor is blinking on the left-hand side, and a header must be placed on the right-hand side. So if you'll go to your Home tab, go to right here under Paragraph, and it says Align Right. And it puts it over on that side. This time you'll type your name and page number. First name's fine. Now, I can click Design right there, and it'll allow me to close the header. You have to close it, because if you keep typing, it's just going to keep typing it inside the header. So you have to close. Now, my header is on my page, and now I'm ready to do my other requirements for MLA. On the left-hand side, I'm ready to type my name, the date, the class that I'm in. I'm just going to, by example, say Miss Martin. And I'm hitting Enter each time. To go down to each line, I have to hit Enter, and that takes me down to the next line. And my class, or my grade, however. And I'm just using that for an example. So again, we have our name, date, the class, and grade we're in. Again, I will hit Enter. That will take me down one more time. At this time, I want to stop. Do not hit Enter twice, okay? Just one time, because you're already double spaced. Now I'm ready to add my title. So go back up here to the top under Paragraph and center our title. Okay, and there is my title. I hit Enter. And if I hit Enter again, it's still going to be on center alignment. So we have to tell it to go back to the left, because the title is the only thing required in the center. Now, we're almost ready to type. The next thing I need to do is press my Tab button on my keyboard to indent. Now my paragraph is indented and I'm ready to type. All right, I stopped there. This is just an example. Notice when I got to the I right here I'm pointing to, I did not press enter to make it go down to the next line. It automatically does that for you. It's called automatic wrapping, and that's what it does. Now, that's different from when I was up here because I wanted it to stop and go down to the next line, okay? But when you're typing your paragraph, you don't have to do that. Now, as we can see, I've got some things that are wrong. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over my word that's in red. That's telling me that it is spelled incorrectly. If I right click on my word, it allows me to change the word to its suggestion, which is sometimes, and I simply click it. Now, just so you know, if you spell a word really, really badly, it's not going to recognize what you want. So you have to be pretty close to the word you're trying to spell correctly, or the computer is not going to recognize it. Moving on to my next one. It's. What's wrong with it? Well, I forgot to put an apostrophe. So if I right click, it gives me my suggestion and I simply select it. Again, it's was wrong and I select it. Now, hey, I'm finished, I'm good to go, and I'm ready to turn my paper in. Well, first of all, we know that's not true because I haven't written near enough. Remind yourself how many sentences it takes to complete a paragraph. That's right, 3 to 5. So, just pretending I'm done though, if I think I'm finished, I'm wrong. The final step is to reread your document yourself, checking for any errors that your computer may have missed. So here we go. It is hard being a teacher sometimes. Sometimes it's challenging, and sometimes it's rewarding. Well, I don't need a comma here because I'm using the word and. I love my kids, and I love the feeling I get when they have learned something new. Wait a minute, that didn't make sense. Well, it's because news is a real word, okay? And so it didn't highlight it for me because news is spelled correctly and it's a real word. So there's nothing wrong with that. However, it does not fit correctly in my sentence. And if I didn't catch that, the computer wouldn't either. So always reread your documents before you think you are done, okay? All right, so let me minimize this a little bit. Show you one more time what it should look like. Again, header in the upper right hand corner with your name and page number. Left alignment is your name, date, your teacher's name, and your grade. You will put the title in the center, press enter one time, indent your paragraph right there, and then start your typing. Okay? That is what your standard MLA paper should look like and how you get it in that format. All right, let's continue on with our lesson.